if you're a pet owner, there is a very good chance that somebody has said, maybe not to your face, but to somebody, it kind of looks like his pet. And it happens all the time. You have a pug, you may be kind of a meaty face, you kind of look like your pet. Maybe you have a cat, maybe you have one of those cat faces. Who knows? There's a very good chance you resemble your animal. Well, there is scientific proof that that's true. And a gentleman named Sadahiko Nakajima can prove it. So basically what they did was they took these cards, these test sheets, and they had a face of a woman and a face of a dog. And what they did was they took bars, put them over the eyes, some were over the mouth, and they tried to figure out what person matched what animal. Well, guess what? The majority of the time, the person was able to figure out what woman matched what animal.
So the studies is a little bit confusing. Okay?
It really is.
Okay. Now, having said that, the numbers are fairly overwhelming.
That was the thing, it was like 76%.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of numbers here, but 80% selected the set of images for the real life pairs, which is amazing, right? So it's well above what statistically you should get for people being able to pair up the owners and the pets without knowing who's who, right? So people really can tell if it's your dog, and they use dogs in this case, and it was done in Japan. And now, when you just look at the eyes, that's where you get into the 70%, 76%, et cetera. Now, so when they cover the eyes and you only see the mouth, they can't tell. Then it becomes close to insignificant in terms of being able to identify which pet goes with which owner, right? If they see the full face, they do a very good job. If they only see the eyes, they still do an outstanding job of figuring out which pet goes with which owner.
I wish we could show the graphic, because it's literally just this.
Right.
For just the dog and just the animal, just the human.
And people go, oh yeah, those, no, not that one. Those two are the pet and the pair, right? And it's in the eyes, so that's why you can tell whose pet it is. It's in the eyes. So now, that's interesting in and of itself. It's also interesting that it's real. Yeah. That people think, oh, that's probably a myth or something. It's not a myth. Okay. Largely, people can tell. Now, of course, the third interesting part is why. Yeah. Now, they don't address that here, obviously. They're just telling you what the facts are. It's our job to make up theories. Okay, so let us commence. Okay? So here's my theories. Number one, you're more likely to get a pet that you feel closer to. Like, so you can, a lot of times you have your pick of the litter, if you will. Oh. All right, anyways. And so you might pick someone that you feel like a kinship with, someone. A dog, like, oh yeah, right? But by the way, they controlled for all these different factors. Obesity, hair color, eye color, etc. So it's not like, oh yeah, the big guy picked the big dog. Or another phenomenon that's true, overweight people tend to have overweight pets.
They overfeed their dogs.
They overfeed their dogs, okay. So they already know that, and that's separate, but they controlled for that as well, okay. But so you pick a dog that maybe looks more like you. But I think the second part of it is, the dog is basically a salesman. And so I've read that really good salesmen mimic the people that they are across from.
Mirroring.
Yes, mirroring, right? And so if I'm trying to sell you something, I'll be like this, right? Mm-hmm. The more you do that, the more I do this, right? It makes you more likely to buy something from me. And what is a dog? He's a salesman. He's like, give me the treat, give me the treat. Help me out here, okay? All right, I'm looking for the treat. That's what I'm looking for, right? And so maybe he's just mimicking you, right? Yeah. In order to get you to give him the goddamn treat.
It all comes down to food.
Of course, right? So so over time, they have maybe figured out how to match their eyes to your eyes, right? Not physically, their eyes don't actually change, the color of their eyes don't change, etc. But they develop that same look, like, whatever your look is. I don't know that that's your look, okay? And so maybe that's what leads to this phenomenon.
Can you imagine like seeing a dog at a pound and being like, that dog is so jank? Like, how terrifying would that be?
And who would want to pick that? I don't want a dog that looks like me. I want to go in the opposite direction. We're thinking of getting a kitten. I want a good little kitten. I don't want like hi, I'm Kitten Jank.
Are you really getting a kitten?
Yeah.
What are you going to name it?
Uh-oh. Don't get me started on names.
Would it be like
God knows.
Wolfie for the wolf pack?
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, like Wolfie.
Cute. I saw some cat somewhere was named Bob. I was like, ooh, I like that.
Bob.
Okay, you know why? It's just because Ben named his dog Bob just so he can say, wrong again, Bob.
Oh.
You know, Bro Tip named his dog Fish.
I never understood who they were talking about. I've been out in that bullpen a million times, and I couldn't figure. That's a dog they're talking about?
Yeah, it's a dog named Fish.
Oh my God.
You think you're confused? My kids are like, what? and then just to fuck with them more, Bro Tip, who is their cousin, right?
Right.
Says, no, he's not a dog, he's a lion.
Oh.
So my 4-year-old's like, Fish the lion who's a dog?
Poor child. Oh my God.
It doesn't really matter because he doesn't want to be in the same room with him no matter what. That dog scares the shit out of my kids.
Oh really?
Yeah.
The one that's always whining out there.
Yeah, the pit bull. Yes, the pit bull scares the young children.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Oh, that dog does whine a lot. I always think it's being mistreated, but it's just sitting there.
No, it's just copying its owner.
Oh, that makes sense.